Yes.
Are you aware, here's a question, are you aware of the fact that President Clinton was impeached? And one of the charges against him was lying under oath in a civil lawsuit. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Okay, so you can be impeached for lying under oath in a civil lawsuit, but apparently you can't be impeached for lying to Congress about how you do your job. So here's what I'll give Senator Schumer the benefit of the doubt, Senator Kennedy. He's saying that the fact pattern here apparently doesn't rise to the level of high crime or misdemeanor, that we don't have a situation, it's a policy disagreement. We've taken a policy disagreement in the House and tried to turn it into impeachment. Well, here's a question for you, Senator Lee. Are you aware of the fact that 2 days ago, Secretary Mayorkas was asked about the parole of the man alleged to have killed Laken Riley, Mr. Ibarra. Why was he paroled and how he was paroled? Under the parole statute, 212D5, there's two ways parole can be granted. Unique humanitarian need, circumstance. Your mother's dying. Something's going on bad. You need to get into the country on a temporary basis, or special benefit to the United States. That means you're a witness in a probably cartel trial. Those are the only two reasons you can be paroled. And 2 days ago, no, yesterday, Secretary Mayorkas said he did not know why Mr. Ibarra was paroled. Which one of the two was it? This was a question from Congressman Bishop. He said, I didn't know. At the same time he said, I didn't know, I had the file, and it says, subject was paroled due to detention capacity at the Central Processing Center in El Paso, Texas. In the file, he was paroled because they didn't have any space for him. Senator Schumer, this is illegal. The Secretary of Homeland Security cannot just add a condition to a statute. The statute doesn't allow you to give parole because you're full. And the reason this man was given parole is not because of the statutory requirements, because we'd run out of space, because we got more illegal immigrants than we can handle, and the rest is history. He gets paroled, he goes to New York, he gets convicted of a crime, he goes to Georgia, and he's accused of murdering this lady. Seems to me that would be something we should argue over as to whether or not you should lose your job. Because you got a statutory requirement limiting your authority to parole people, and in your own file, Exhibit A, you paroled him because the place was full. This happened 2 days ago. So this gives kangaroo courts a bad name. This is a friggin' joke. We have a nation under siege. 1.9 million people have been paroled. Are you telling me they do an individual analysis on all the people? In November 2023, I asked him, Secretary Mayorkas, do you do a case-by-case analysis? Senator, we comply with the law. So you're telling me of all the 240,000, the ones in front of us, you determine they meet the criteria of urgent humanitarian need or significant public benefit? And he said yes. This was in November, under oath to me, when I questioned, I don't believe you. I don't believe you're doing an individual analysis on this stuff. You're doing blanket parole and you're paper whipping this stuff. It turns out he gave false testimony to the Congress. Whether he lied or he's just doesn't know what he's doing, I don't know. You should be impeached either way. If you don't know what you're doing, you should be kicked out because you don't know what you're doing. But the man that we're talking about is the one charged with murdering this young lady who was going on a jog. If that's not important to the American people to find out how that happened, and should somebody be held responsible, what the hell is? You can talk about why we impeached Trump and Clinton. Was it worthwhile? Did it matter? Was it all political? You cannot say this is not important. To say that he's doing his job is not important to the American people. Tell that to the Riley family. This is not an academic debate. The policies of this administration being carried out by Secretary Mayorkas are illegal. The man charged with killing Laken Riley was illegally released into this country by DHS. That should be something we argue about in the Senate as to whether or not you keep your job. It's been swept under the rug. There will be an election in November. This is the only chance you have to get this right to the American people. We had a chance today to hold somebody accountable, finally, for all the rape and the murder and the drugs. The largest loss of life in America is fentanyl coming through the border for young people. How many more people have to be die, raped, or murdered before somebody is held accountable? We had a chance here, and our Democratic friends swept it under the rug because they're more concerned about the November election than protecting the American people. And this is a sad day for the Senate.